From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is Wake Up Weather.
Good Friday morning to you. I'm Kelly Ross, and here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center, we have a little bit of fog settling in on this early Friday morning. Good morning, and thank you so much for tuning in. We are live at 6 a.m. I will have your weekend forecast as well as what we are watching heading into next week here in this weather update. But like I said, we do have some fog settling into the area with some reduced visibility out there. However, not a widespread problem by any means, but just give yourself maybe a few extra minutes as you are heading to your destination over the next few hours. We're looking at, again, visibility reduced in some locations, but other locations not in too bad of shape out there. Overall, though, again, still seeing, though, on our cameras, a little bit more visibility than what that graphic is picking up. So I want to take you around the Tennessee Valley for a few minutes on our Arctic Air Heating and Air Conditioning Skycam network. Again, that fog settling in, reducing visibility a little bit, but not a widespread issue. No advisories in effect at this time. But again, just something that we are dealing with this morning. But hey, we will take this over the rounds and rounds of rain that we have already had for today. But again, not looking at too bad. We're looking at, again, just a little bit of fog down into Florence and into North Alabama. Temperatures on the warm side, but still relatively comfortable. We do have some clouds in the area this morning, but you see here on the Skycam a few breaks in those clouds, and we will see breaks in the clouds throughout the entire day for today. Over into Pulaski, you can see the downtown, so that's indicative of the fog not being too thick out there. However, we're still seeing some reduced visibility again in parts of southern middle Tennessee, North Alabama, as well as northeast Mississippi. So again, nothing to significantly worry about, but just give yourself a few extra minutes as you're heading out the door for today. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 60s at this time, thanks to a little bit more moisture in the air still lingering. So we're still on the warmer side in terms of temperatures at this time, but we are going to be starting to feel much more refreshing heading into the afternoon and even into the weekend. Can't completely rule out a few pop-up showers or thunder showers if you're heading to the Middle Tennessee District Fair for today. However, we are largely drying out, especially compared to the last few days. In fact, we will be seeing a lot more sunshine today compared to pretty much any day we've already had this week. But heading into this evening, any sort of rain chances should be starting to diminish. Temperatures in the upper 70s for southern Middle Tennessee for today. So again, if you're heading out to the fair for any time today, if you're heading out for lunch or to enjoy, because of course it is school day at the fair today for Lawrence County students. So it is looking like fantastic weather out there. We're going to still see some cloud cover for today, but overall we are looking at some breaks in the clouds and more sunshine compared to the last few days. Here is how minimal our rain chances for today. You're really not seeing much on Futurecast. We just can't completely rule it out. So we may see a few showers and thunder showers develop this afternoon, but again, not looking like a widespread issue. Winds this afternoon will be out of the north, blowing about 5 to 10 miles an hour, keeping us on the cooler side and ushering in some more comfortable air for at least the first part of the weekend. But again, breaks in the clouds for today, a little bit more sunshine heading into this evening. Any sort of thunder shower chance should be dwindling down. We are going to be dry for any Friday night football plans. And then overnight, looking mostly dry with some clouds still around this weekend, but again, largely drying out. We should be mostly dry on Saturday, aside from maybe a few stray showers around and east of Interstate 65 in our viewing area. Heading into the rest of the weekend, again, high pressure is just to our west, keeping us mostly dry and calm. Again, we are going to see that split with a little bit thicker cloud cover and a few rain showers the more east you go in our viewing area. But overall, we're looking at kind of being right on the border there. Heading into Sunday, and maybe a stray shower sneaking in. In fact, we have a stray shower chance pretty much every day for the next 7 days, but we will have to adjust heading into next week, especially the middle and end of next week, and you'll see why here in just a moment. We are watching the tropics very closely with nothing that has developed just yet, but we are watching out over the island of Hispaniola right now. Again, no organized system at this time, but that could and is expected to change within the next 24 to 48 hours. And then by the time we get to next week, we could start to see any sort of potential tropical development potentially make landfall in the United States, looking to be on the southeastern coast. Again, too early to get into much detail in terms of that, as well as too early to get into potential local impacts, but we are watching very closely, and we will be watching for any potential impacts. Not anything significant here in the local area, but again, something to be watching and to be monitoring. We may have to increase rain chances with potentially some tropical remnants heading into the middle and end of next week. But until then, again, still too early to tell. Confidence is not quite there. So we do just have a stray rain chance over the next several days because there is still a chance, of course, the forecast could change, the track could change. Again, the system has not even yet developed officially yet. So again, we will continue to keep an eye on the tropics, but until then, minimal rain chances over the next few days, but we will likely have to change some of those and adjust some of those rain chances heading into next week. So this is your early heads up for that. For the morning, again, some patchy fog developing. Give yourself just a few extra minutes over the next hour or so. Otherwise, partly cloudy for the rest of this morning, looking dry as well. Temperatures in the 60s. For right now, again, mid-60s at this time, heading into the mid to upper 60s later on this morning. High school football is back. It is Friday. So if you have any plans to head out to the ball field, we are looking at, again, just a stray shower, maybe around kickoff, but that really should be dwindling down. I'm thinking we're going to be largely dry around kickoff time for any high school football games. And then the rest of the evening should be dry. It may be a little bit chilly heading towards the fourth quarter, but again, still a pretty comfortable evening across the region for some Friday night lights. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast, starting with the rest of today. Again, clouds around, a few rain showers and thunder showers can't be completely ruled out. Otherwise, mostly dry and partly cloudy. Much more sunshine today compared to the last few days. Temperatures in the upper 70s to lower 80s. For the rest of the weekend, again, looking mostly dry, maybe a few showers and some increased cloud cover around and east of Interstate 65 for the eastern portion of our viewing area. Otherwise, mostly dry, mostly sunny to partly cloudy. Temperatures comfortable in the lower 80s to mid 80s by the time we get to Sunday. And check out the low temperatures tonight and tomorrow night. Back into the 50s. So again, feeling a little bit more refreshing and a little bit more like fall for this weekend. Spotty shower chances continue next week. And like I said, we will probably be adjusting those. So just stay tuned to the forecast and we will keep you updated on all the things regarding the tropics. Let's head on to events going on this weekend as we end the forecast portion of this live update. Saturday, there will be a fall festival in Killen at the Killen Park from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. There will be local vendors, food trucks, and live music out there. Going to be a great time. This is always a really fun and popular event. The Shoals Dragon Boat Festival happening at McFarland Park in Florence. That's from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And head out there to watch teams compete. If you don't know what dragon boat racing is, Saturday would be a perfect time to get introduced to the sport. The Middle Tennessee District Fair, of course, the last day is on Saturday. It is, of course, at Rotary Park in Lawrenceburg if you have not made your way there just yet. Gates open at 10 a.m. on Saturday, and at 6:30 there will be a truck and tractor pull. A comic book and toy expo happening in Columbia at the National Guard Armory up there in Murray County from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. Admission for that event is $5. There will be all kinds of comics, including vintage and retro comics, toys, and much, much more. Smoke on the Water happening at the Hardin County Fairgrounds out in Hardin County, Tennessee. That starts at 12 p.m. There will be live music, a barbecue contest, and local vendors out there. Astronomy Day 2025 happening at Montesano State Park in Huntsville, Alabama from 1 p.m. until 9 p.m. There will be planetarium shows, telescope tours, as well as some radar demos, and this is free to attend. Happening on Saturday as well. Relay for Life is back at Sherwood Park in Pulaski. That is from 1 p.m. until 8 p.m. The Elkton Police Department Rodeo is back in town at the Elkton City Park. Gates open at 5:30 p.m. and the rodeo gets underway at 7:30. Admission for that event is $15. Church homecoming on Sunday at Summertown Baptist Church starts at 10:30 a.m. There will be lunch provided after the service. Jazz in the Park happening in Huntsville at Big Spring Park West. That will be from 5 p.m. until 9 p.m. There will be live music and food trucks. And of course, this event is free to attend. If you have any events going on in your community, with your school, with your organization, with your place of employment, be sure to send me that information and we can get that on the community calendar. My email is right there on the screen, kelly@tnvalleyweather.com. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. I hope you have a wonderful Friday and a wonderful weekend. I will be back at 8 a.m. with your next weather update. Taylor Plott will be live at noon. And of course, Fred Gossage, Chief Meteorologist, will be live at 5 with updates on your weekend forecast as well as another look at the tropics.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.